Hey everyone, welcome to the next part in week number 5 where we go ahead and actually sell the Rank Your Insights. Now this method, I call it the classroom method. Now this method can be used for either emailing or cold calling. They both work really well, depends on what you're comfortable with, and do whatever you want. Personally, I've had the most success with cold calling this, but again, you can use the same exact script with an email. Both works. Now basically what this method is you call and you say that you run a local SEO class and you're demonstrating on how to rank a business higher in Google for a niche industry. So for like a particular industry, you're working on how to rank it higher in Google, and you're asking them pretty much if it's okay for you to use their site as like a guinea pig. Well, not as a guinea pig, but like as a demonstration tool for your class. And in return, they'll be ranked number 1 for a couple weeks or a couple days, and they might get a couple leads. And you ask if that's okay with them. And the way you position yourself in that sense is, firstly, you have to come off in a way that they see that you know what you're doing. So for example, when you say that you might get a couple leads from this, they know that you're not some crappy SEO that's going to damage their site, right? So that's very important, and that's one of the main reasons we say that. We say that you might get a couple leads from this because you'll be ranked number 1, and like that, and that's it. Because if you say we're going to do some SEO on your site, they might think like you're going to damage their site, and then they're just going to get scared and they're going to say like, don't touch my site and all that stuff. So when you say I'm running an SEO class, I have to show all my students that how SEO works and how we're going to rank your site number 1 and how to get some leads with Google. And if you say I'm going to teach my students how to get leads from Google, and we want to use a local business, and is it okay if we use your site? Does that sound good? And that's it, right? Pretty much everyone who I've called, if you take this approach, they said yes. Yes, it's okay to use our site. Yes, it's okay if you give us free leads to teach your class. That's it. And you've got and that's pretty much it, right? If you come off as that angle, people are gonna say, yeah, that's totally fine. And that's very important. So what you have to do in this case, right, is you already have a site ranked. So let me just pull up an example over here. So I already have a site ranked over here, right? So all you gotta do is you go in, right? You go in the site and you overlay the person's content on top. Overlay the person's site using SEM Easy or Source CCS, right? All you gotta do is go to your Rank Your Insight that you owned and overlay the page for that suburb or city that the business owner is in. And once you do that, you contact them a week later or a couple days, not a couple days, just a week or 2 later, and you say, hey, this is what we did. You can send them an email, or you can send them a video like we did in the previous methods, or like a video screenshot in the email. And you can say, hey guys, look, this is what we did. So you take a screenshot of this. We ranked it number 1, and you take another screenshot of you going in, or like a little video of you going in and saying like, hey, this is your site, it's being overlaid, and we're pretty much, we did it, and everything was successful. We hope you got a couple leads from it at least. And if they didn't, it's whatever. Like at least they can say that they're ranked number 1 for this search term, right? Like that's a cool thing for a business owner to say. But like, we ranked you number 1 for this, so anyone in your city or in your area, whoever searches that, will see you. Now we are done with this module of the course, so we will go ahead and take it down. But I just wanted to let you know that, do you want us to keep your site on the listing? You just ask them a question. Be like, okay, we're done with this part of the course. We want to take the site down because there are costs to it. There are monthly costs for us to keep this up because we have to do ongoing SEO link building and all that stuff. Just tell them that. Be like, there are ongoing costs with it. And actually, I'm gonna go edit this a little bit because there will be ongoing costs with it. We just want to know if you would want to keep this listing. And when you ask that question and you say that there's ongoing costs with it, they don't expect it to be that much, firstly, and secondly, they're gonna say like, okay, that's fair enough. They already showed the results first. They're not some sketchy SEO agency. This guy actually had a class, and that's it. So what you gotta do, and then when they say they're either they say they're interested or they're not interested. If they're not interested, whatever, move on, next. But if they are interested, then be like, cool, like this is the way it works. We can overlay your site for like $100 a month, and that's it. And that's the cost for us. Thanks for letting us use your site. These are the costs. If you want to stay number one for this, if you want to get leads for this, $100 a month, and that's it. Then you're good to go. And of course, you can change that a little bit. You can change the $100 a month to something else. But that's pretty much the gist of this entire method. Firstly, you contact them and saying you have a local SEO business, and you're demonstrating how to get leads from Google in this particular business, right? And in exchange for allowing them to use your site, you will potentially get them more leads on Google, or you will potentially rank them number one on Google. You can't promise the leads because the search volume is so low, but switch them around. Be like leads and rank number one in Google. Now, email number 2 or cold call number 2, it's not going to be a cold call at this point. It's just going to be a warm call. So the call or email number 2, you're going to say like, hey, this is what we did. This is what you're ranked for. Now, we are done this module of the class. There's no need for us to keep this up. There are monthly costs to this. Let me know if you want to keep this listing. And that's it. And the monthly cost can be $150 to $200 a month. And that's it. This method has worked a lot for me. In fact, email after you call them. Well, I called them mostly, or you can email them too. But mostly after you call them, they feel happy. They're like, thank you. This is awesome. This is the greatest thing that happened. You make them excited. And this is one of the other reasons why I love this method so much, because there was so many countless amount of times where people, they just fell in love with you. They're like, holy crap, thank you so much. And that's why this method is really, really sick and really, really awesome. And during this time period, like the 1 week or like the week or 10 days, you will have their site overlaid on this. And what you got to do in that time period after the 10 days, like mark it in your calendar, but like, okay, after 10 days, contact these guys again. And what you got to do during that time period is just do the same exact thing, but for another suburb. Because by now you should have hundreds and hundreds of suburbs. So you can do the same thing with another suburb, or you can go ahead and do the other methods that we showed you. But that's it. It's as simple as that.